So, in the latest episode of Discovery Season 3, we're introduced to a mysterious new entity known as Carl. In this video, we're going to take a look at who and what Carl is. Now, if this is your first contact with us, welcome aboard. My name's Carl Bromley, and this is the Trekkie's Guide to the Galaxy. Now, if you haven't done so already, be sure to watch our review for Season 3, Episode 9, Terra Firma Part 1, which is already live, and you can check that out either here, or there's a link at the end of the video. Also, don't forget we're now live every Sunday at 9 PM UK time for Let's Talk Trek with our good friends from the USS Riker's Beard, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications so that you don't miss out on that. So, who is Carl? Well, Carl is the cryptic new character we meet on Danos 5, a planet on the edge of the Gamma Quadrant. He shows up out of nowhere with a portal that's able to send Philippa Georgiou across not only universes but time as well. Now, there is obviously the possibility that Carl is a completely new entity, unlike any we've encountered so far, and that would be okay. But it doesn't make for a very good theory video, so I'm going to dismiss that idea. So, let's take a look back at Trek history and see if we can find any links. Well, the first thought that springs to mind is that Carl is a Q, and it does fit. He's got the ability to appear out of nowhere and the power to send people through time and across universes. And he's also got that strange sense of humour that seems to accompany our beloved omnipotent Continuum members. And the other thing that makes me wonder about this possibility is the fact that Georgiou is altering the way history is unfolding. Now, I think we have to assume that this is her mirror universe and not yet another one, as this would in fact accelerate her condition as opposed to curing it, according to Kovic's diagnosis. Now, unless the writers are planning on allowing changes to everything we've already seen in Discovery since day one, then whatever Georgiou does can't have any impact on the timeline as we know it. Where have I seen something like that before? That's right. Q gave Jean-Luc Picard the opportunity of returning to his past in order to stop himself being stabbed through the heart in a bar fight with some Nausicaans. Picard was initially going to refuse that offer until Q pointed out that nothing he did would impact on anyone or anything else, leaving the timeline as we know it completely intact. Now, this by no means proves that Carl is a Q. There are also other possibilities. One of the most popular being that Carl is a Guardian of Forever. The Guardian of Forever was originally introduced to us in the original series episode The City on the Edge of Forever. The Guardian was a portal that could send people across time and dimensions. It's therefore completely plausible that Carl is a Guardian, and there are a couple of other indicators that this is the case. Firstly, the original Guardian seemed to speak in riddles, but it was just answering as simply as our limited understanding allowed, and Carl seems to enjoy speaking in this fashion as well. Second, the Guardian from the original series was intended to be humanoid, and not the portal we actually see in the episode. Next, the paper Carl is reading is called the Star Dispatch. Now, this is the same publication that Spock shows on his tricorder screen back in 1930, and the paper also shows an article about the 21st Street mission, also from the same original series episode. It could just be a nice little Easter egg dropped in and means absolutely nothing. But considering the character's abilities and what his portal is capable of, I'd like to think it's there for a reason. Now, the biggest problem with the idea of Carl being a Guardian of Forever is that the whole thing I mentioned about Georgiou changing past events in the time she's travelled to. When McCoy travelled through the Guardian, he altered history, causing the entire Federation to never have existed. Kirk and Spock then had to travel back to correct this. So, does this mean he's not a Guardian of Forever? Not at all, because we don't know what's going on and what's going to happen in Part 2. Maybe the personified version of a Guardian has powers we're unaware of. But are there any other possibilities? Well, there is something else that shows as a headline on the front page of Carl's paper, and that headline reads, "Supernova threatens Tacon Empire." Remember those guys? They were introduced to us way back in episode 5 of TNG, The Last Outpost. The Tacon ruled a vast empire over 600,000 years ago, and not a lot is known about them. However, what we do know is that they used portal guardians who would guard entry to the empire, and we're shown one such guardian in the TNG episode, and to be fair, he seems pretty powerful. Now, another interesting thing that might link the Tacon Empire to Carl, and perhaps could even somehow be a link with the whole season, and even the short trek Calypso. When Data is listing the known ages of the Tacon Empire, they are Bastu, Kimi, Makto, and Zora. That's right, Zora. The name the computer of Discovery uses in Calypso. And if I remember correctly, the planet that we see the Guardian of the Portal on in TNG was covered with huge crystal structures. Could the Tacon somehow be getting woven into the burn as well? They obviously have knowledge of crystals, and I suppose there could be some way they had an impact on dilithium across the galaxy. Or, if Carl is a Tacon Portal Guardian, does he perhaps hold the knowledge of how to restore the galaxy's dilithium to a usable state? Interesting. The truth is, we don't really have any of these answers yet. We'll have to wait and see. But it's fun to theorise, isn't it? Well, I'd love to hear what you guys think of these possibilities, so please drop your thoughts in the comments down below and let's discuss. Don't forget to smash the like button for us if you've enjoyed the video, and if you haven't done so already, please, we'd love it if you'd consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell for notifications so that you never miss a video. Remember, you can now catch us live every Sunday at 9 PM UK time with our friends from the USS Riker's Beard for Let's Talk Trek, so be sure to check in for that. And, in the meantime, set a course for home, Warp 8. Engage.
Thank you.